Well, alright. Liverpool dropped points yesterday night. Arsenal, Chelsea closing in. City were also winners yesterday, and this is what you're really here for on here onto the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? I know you're watching us from my group by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name as usual, and this is the Rokani Media Football. And continue to subscribe to see to it that all really goes on as planned for this channel to hit 30,000 subscribers onto this channel. Now, we are obviously going to be talking lots of things, but before we go there, let's obviously highlight a little bit about the people that are really behind us, and that is Muno Gadgets. Muno Gadgets are dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops, and they are people, or they are a company that really brings you used phones and used laptops. They bring you favorable affordable smartwatches, and very many other things. So feel free to go into the comment section, and not the comment section, you see the number is pinned up there, something is distorting me in here, but go ahead and obviously call them on +256 70 99 88 665. That's Muno Gadgets for you, and they'll obviously get you the best of the best. I'm buzzing to get into the drop of points of Liverpool, because I was one of those people that obviously came up and really told people that Liverpool was going to drop points. I really emphasized this, and I was like, for every person who is really thinking that the club of Liverpool is really going to win the trophy because of them being 8 points. Were they 8? I think they are 9 points ahead of Arsenal and 11 ahead of Man City. I called them naive. That was naivety of the highest order. And I told them, because I've been here long enough to see how trophies go ahead and obviously change. If you've been watching the Premier League for the time I've been watching it for like 2 decades plus, there are moments where teams like Newcastle were on top of the table, United overturned it. Arsenal were on top of the table, and United overturned it with some good number of points that this side is really leading. And I think it last happened way back that a team with those points really lost a trophy. And I told them that that can apply, you know, around Feb and March, you get? But if you are still in November, when we still have, because Liverpool has 5 games to play before the first half of the season really comes to an end, you can come out and obviously grant them what we call that that huge goal that they can obviously go ahead and obviously win the trophy. I don't really believe in that 100%. I'm not that kind of person who's really going to come up and obviously say yes to that. I really gave it a very huge no. I gave it a very huge no. Do you know why I gave it a very huge no? Because for the time I've been here, I've not gone ahead to see this happen. You understand? So I think it's a matter of time, and Liverpool needs to do a lot to prove to people that it can really do the needful. One, pressure is mounting now. 7 points behind Chelsea and Arsenal, meaning that any slight drop of points, if it's a draw and either Chelsea or Arsenal win, you know, those points will drop to 5. If they drop 3 points, those points will drop to 4. You know what it means? And you know what it means when you're playing with a lot of pressure. So I don't want people to be carried away. This league will go to the wire. I tell you, it will go to the wire. That is it. It will go to the wire, because we are now having 4 teams into the title race. You get? And I think by the time we obviously bend into January, a lot of changes would have gone ahead obviously come up. And Liverpool is playing Manchester United on the 5th of January. And I tell you, by that time, Ruben Amorim at Manchester United would have gone ahead obviously get his starting 11, and the system would have gone ahead obviously sinking well into his players at the club of Manchester United. So that's what I'm really telling you, that it's not yet done. It's not yet done as most people were like. But this game of football obviously happened. Alexander Isak went ahead and obviously scored in the 35th minute. Then Liverpool leveled through Curtis Jones. Then Anthony Gordon, 12 minutes later in the 62nd minute, came up and obviously put in a very, very, very huge shift that saw to it that went ahead to put in a very, very huge shift that went ahead to see to it that Gordon really does the needful. Mohamed Salah, 68th minute, gave Liverpool a leveler, meaning that Newcastle led twice and Liverpool leveled twice. Then, in the 83rd minute, Salah gave Liverpool the lead in a moment that everyone thought that Liverpool were obviously going to take away 3 points. And obviously Fabian Schär in the 90th minute went ahead to obviously level it up to really see to it that this game ended 3-3 into the mix. So that's how Liverpool went ahead to obviously drop 2 points, and Arsenal and Chelsea and City went ahead to obviously close in. So let's obviously get into the stats of how this game of football really went. Newcastle had 17 shots, Liverpool had 16. 6 shots on target by Newcastle, Liverpool had 5 shots on target. 41% ball possession by Newcastle, Liverpool had 59% ball possession. Then 35%, 350 passes completed by Newcastle. Liverpool completed 514 passes, 79% passing accuracy by Newcastle, 87% passing accuracy by Liverpool. 9 fouls by Newcastle, 17 fouls by Liverpool. 2 yellow cards to Newcastle, 5 yellow cards to Liverpool. Then 0 red cards to Newcastle and 0 red cards to Liverpool. 4 offsides to Newcastle, 0 to Liverpool. 5 corners to Newcastle, and then 6 corners to the side of Liverpool. That is how things really went ahead to obviously pan out. Now, after that, there are teams that had obviously went ahead to obviously play at the same time with the side of Liverpool. And this is how they really performed. Chelsea were 5-1 winners away at St. Mary's Stadium. It was Akzo Disasi. 7th minute, he went ahead obviously put in the lead. Then to Oribo, the Nigerian leveled it up. 6 minutes later, in the 17th minute, Nkunku restored the lead of Chelsea. Then Noni Madueke came in front, obviously made it 3 in the 34th minute. Carl Palmer, 76th minute, into the mix. He scored again, and Jadon Sancho was part of the revolution. But all in all, Sancho scored, I think, his first goal for the side of Chelsea and went ahead to put in a very big shift. Now, when you look at the stats on how everything really went up there, Southampton went ahead to obviously get a red card, and it was as follows as the game starts. 6 shots by Southampton. 6 shots by Southampton. Then 26 shots by Chelsea. You understand? Then 4 shots on target by Southampton, 13 on target by Chelsea. Half of the shots they really had at goal were on target. 45% ball possession by Southampton, 55% ball possession by Chelsea. 432 passes completed by Southampton, 535 passes completed by Chelsea. 88% passing accuracy by Southampton. Then we had 92% passing accuracy by Chelsea. 7 fouls by Southampton, 14 fouls by the side of Chelsea. Then 1 yellow card to Southampton, 0 yellow cards to Chelsea. Chelsea were really that neat in this game. 1 red card to Southampton and 0 red cards to Chelsea. 3 offsides to the side of Southampton and 1 offside to the side of Chelsea. 5 corners to Southampton and 7 corners to Chelsea. But the highlight of the day about this side is a player known as Cole Palmer. If you look at Cole Palmer, I tell you, he's writing history after history. I tell you, he's writing history after history. And I tell you what, he's really one of those that you have to obviously give a very huge go when it comes to the performances that you're really seeing right about now. Because when you look at his stats in the Premier League, he has played 14 games, he has 9 goals and 6 assists. You understand? So he's having 9 goals and 6 assists. People were like, last season it was going to be a one-off, but he's really showing us that it's not a one-off. He's really putting in a shift left, right, and center as a player. Last season, 33 games, 22 goals, and 11 assists, meaning that he's 13 goals less from obviously hitting the number he scored last season, and he's 5 assists less from hitting the number of assists he did last season. And I tell you, he's really going to surpass those goals, because we've just played, is it 14 games right now in the season? And there is no way you can obviously rule him out when it comes obviously putting in the required shift altogether as a person that is really responsible into the mix. So that's Carl Palmer for you, and he's really doing a wonderful job there tied, and I think he's going to obviously be given his flowers. Then City went ahead to obviously get back to winning ways. City went ahead to obviously get back to winning ways, and Bernardo Silva in the 8th minute, then Kevin De Bruyne 31st minute, Jeremy Doku 57th minute. They got the job done and dusted. They are back to winning ways, and they are obviously doing the needful to obviously push and really get back to the juggernaut levels they've always gonna hit to be having. Then stats were like as follows: 17 shots by City, 12 shots by Nottingham, 7 shots on target by City. Nottingham had 3, 67% ball possession by City, 33% ball possession by Nottingham, 583 passes completed by City. Nottingham completed 288. Then 89% passing accuracy by City, 79% passing accuracy by Nottingham. Then 7 fouls by Man City, 15 fouls by Nottingham. 2 yellow cards to Chelsea and 4 yellow cards to Nottingham. 0 red cards to both sides, 1 offside to Man City, 2 offsides to Nottingham, and then 8 corners to Man City, 2 corners to the side of Nottingham Forest. Now, that leads us to how the table is really looking like, because you really want to know what the table is really looking like. Now, the table is as follows: Liverpool 14 games, 35 points. Chelsea 14 games. All teams have gone ahead to play 14 games, the top 4 teams. And Chelsea and Arsenal are tied on 28 points. But now, Chelsea scoring 5 goals yesterday obviously gave them a very huge goal to say to it that all really goes on well as planned. So, after that, City comes in through with 26 points, meaning that they are 9 off Liverpool. Chelsea and Arsenal are 7 off Liverpool. Brighton is playing today, and we are waiting to see what they're really going to be putting on the table. Nottingham is still at 22 points, and that takes into what Mohamed Salah did yesterday. Mohamed Salah has gone ahead to surpass Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney had played 36 games, where he has gone ahead to obviously offer an assist and obviously score a goal. Yesterday, Salah scored a brace and really had an assist, and that's Mohamed Salah for you, and he took it to that level into the mix. So that's how everything really panned out at the different stadiums where these games were really played. Now, that takes us to what we call the other games that are really going to be played. In the weekend. Spurs is playing today. They're paying a visit to Bournemouth, and we're waiting to see how those games are really going to be going on. Then Brighton is going to be one of those teams that is really going to be hosted by Fulham today. Now, over the weekend, early Kickstarter, Everton is hosting Liverpool in what we call the Merseyside Derby. Keep eyes onto this game. I tell you, keep eyes onto this game. Everton won by 4-0, you know, and I think they went ahead, obviously beat which team? 4-0, and they might get that charge from losing to Manchester United. They've gone ahead, obviously come up and obviously put in a very big shift. Brentford will be hosting Newcastle. Then Aston Villa will be hosting Southampton. That is Saturday. Crystal Palace will be hosting Man City. And then we'll close the day with Manchester United entertaining Nottingham Forest at the Old Trafford Stadium. Then Sunday, obviously, Fulham will obviously host Arsenal, right? Leicester City will host Brighton. And Ipswich will have to host Bournemouth. The big game of the week. You know that very well. It's really going to be all about Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. You get Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea, and on Monday, Wolverhampton Wanderers will obviously find themselves playing against West Ham. So that's how these teams are really going to be playing. Liverpool is going to be hosted by Everton. Arsenal is going to be hosted by Fulham. Crystal Palace is going to be hosted by Chelsea. And Tottenham Hotspur is really going to be hosted by... Chelsea is going to be hosted by Tottenham Hotspur. Now, the 4 teams that are really competing for the trophy are really going to be paying courtesy visits to different teams. Arsenal, Craven Cottage. Chelsea, London Stadium. No, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Liverpool, Goodson's Park. Man City, Selhurst Park. And I'm here to let you know that anything is really going to happen. Anything is really going to happen. And let no one lie to you that there is going to be any point where no team doesn't lose over the weekend. I don't see all those 4 teams really win. I don't know which team is really going to lose. But as I know, Liverpool and Man City are really having tough fixtures. I'm telling you this. Liverpool and Man City are really having the toughest fixtures. You'll tell me here, because Selhurst Park is not an easy ground to go to. You get? And Goodson's Park, what makes it hard for that game is a Merseyside derby. And you know what happens in derbies. You understand? So, we wait and see how that pans out. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. Liverpool drops points. City, Arsenal, Chelsea closing in. I'm out for now. Bye-bye.